Game 2 of EG versus Shopify Rebellion as we get into the action here. Very much looking forward to seeing what goes down this time round. Last game, honestly, folk, it was pretty close up to those final moments where Picard was caught without buyback.
Yeah.
Here in Game 2, we're seeing a change-up. We're getting the Abaddon coming through, something that was taken out in the bans last time. What do you sort of make up of the overall carry matchup this time between Arteezy on the Lifestealer and Picard on the Abaddon?
Looks better for Shopify this time, even more so. I mean, it did look like on paper, of course, it looked like a pretty perfect PL game. So I think Shopify, they've got great ways to be able to counter everything. And I think when the panel's saying a lot of pressure on Chris Luck as a Queen of Pain to carry, this is also a pretty volatile hero. Even though they do open with it to try to counter Bat, the Bat did pretty okay inside the mid matchup. And also, I want to see Chris be a little bit more reluctant of how he blinks in and how he uses Sonic Wave. I feel like he just his kill store at the end of the game is pretty decent, but I feel like he kind of just kill stole with his Sonic Wave a lot of times. So.
I mean, that's what the spell's for.
So, yeah, I think it's a lot of pressure definitely on him to have a even more explosive kind of matchup and stuff like that. Because, yeah, Mikey, he did pretty damn well. And now Mikey, though, looks like they might be able to get him here.
Oh, looking here for the first blood. Mikey, he will be getting taken down here. It's going to go the way of Chris as well. So a nice start here for the co-op in a lane matchup that already should be going pretty well for Chris.
Yeah. Suicides to the tower for Matthew. Going to be able to reset himself, get that free TP. All right, let's see if those... I mean, now it's not... There's no way there's going to be those denies. We saw Mikey get 3 or 4 denies in the first 2 waves, which usually doesn't happen since Batrider has 40 base damage versus the Quap. So yeah, Chris, set up for success. It's a good start. Lanes again. I mean, Arteezy definitely set up to kind of free farm down here. This time he has a Disruptor at his back, and he is versus his double melee. Should do very well. Top, they at least on the side of EG, they have the Jakiro to deal with the Nature's Prophet to help a little bit versus Treants. As the panel mentioned, Disruptor doesn't do much, so that's why they went for this. But Picard's overall going for the Abaddon. We'll see if that's actually going to end up paying off. I feel like Saberlight should just be able to farm freely up here again like he did last time. And plays that secondary carry.
Yeah, very much was exactly that last game as well, right up until the end. And with this sort of fully stacked build. Mjolnirs, Daedalus, even taking that the Aegis in the last moments to help close the game up.
EG is doing a very similar thing that they did last time, though, with you see the Sentry Ward they placed to block the hard camp again. So they understand about these matchups to shut down the Bat with the quad pick and then also to block his camp so they can't actually just, farm them out. Even also blocking the top one.
We'll just see what... I mean, even with those efforts, honestly, it didn't really slow Mikey down too much that game.
No, he
was still super relevant in terms of the farm and damage he's able to do, even if they do try and slow down the Bat at this stage.
Yeah. He's just, like I said, it's the best hero. He seems to just be very comfortable about, even if he does get shut down, he has ways of recovery. Oh no, Matthew.
Fly's going to have the glimpse as well. Makes Matthew have to tank a couple more tower hits, so Matthew super low hit.
He's got a Fairy Fire. Can he play around it? Fly. Not quite fast enough.
Yeah, we'll get Matthew away from the lane though, so less pressure to be put on Arteezy for now.
And still seeing Mikey get some denies anyway versus the Quap.
And top lane so far, it's a
free farm.
Very slow start for Picard.
Yeah, this lane doesn't feel easy at all. It's 2 ranged heroes that's just beating on him. Abaddon, he's a pretty low armor hero overall. That's why you see him go for the Ring of Protection in the start here. So he's just getting beat on from Treants, beat on from the Rubik as well. Is that 2 courier snipes there for Matthew? I think it is.
He's the courier sniping king.
It really is, even as a clockwork.
Yep.
Cool stuff. Okay. Look at these lanes though. It's 17-7, 14-6.
Yeah, and mid lane once again, denies. Right? It's sort of the first 3 minutes of gameplay. Quap's not quite had that edge against the Bat that you may expect to see. Mikey's doing fine.
Yep. And then he just shoves the wave in also, so he's going to try to guarantee these last hits. It's going to be a glyph. I imagine that is Chris that's forcing that because of that Firefly. Secures one of those denies. Yeah, we open up with Quap to counter out the Bat, especially in lane, and
Bat's doing fine.
He's chilling.
Once again, yeah, Mikey. I mean, as we say, with how much he plays the hero, I'm sure he's played this matchup a million times.
Yep.
So knows how to deal with the strengths that a Quap can have against the bat on those first few waves.
And they're going to, of course, get those stacks ready for him, too. So if he does well in the lane matchup, he's going to have stacks to even farm that much more. So double stack, hard camp, as well as Ancient, crit, already getting them ready for Mikey.
We'll see how much success EG has with trying to get in on this area of the map and slowing down that sort of stacking, as they did go for last game.
I'm gonna try to find like a little bit of a stat at some point soon. What the ratio of carries getting their courier killed compared to supports? Carries are just so reckless with their courier. They don't care.
Cores don't check.
They really don't.
Especially not on the way back. You
No.
get that pickup, you're like, whatever. My courier dies. My courier dies.
Saberblade able to get that one up top. Big glimpse.
And that should do it here.
Nice one.
Kill for the safe lane duo of Shopify. Fly able to take out Matthew.
Dream game for Arteezy. Set up beautifully with all the hero picks, and his lane just going phenomenal, 24-9. Get great core-to-core matchups. More stacks being made. Are they going to look to block some? They will. So Panda, he's going to put a sentry down to block the one, but Ancients are already getting set up for Mikey to farm. And he already can. He's level 4, so he can just do the smoke play where you just stack up your sticky stacks and then smoke farm it.
Saberblade trying with the blocks of the treants here.
Nice
and this
blocks.
should be good enough to set up to take Panda down. No escape for the Jakiro.
And yeah, look at Mikey. He's doing Ancients now. So level 4, smoked up. It's free to do these Ancients with the smoke. His bottom also, Matthew should be fine. But because...
They might just get him as well.
Oh, he's looking dead if there's blocks.
Yeah, with the body blocks. I mean, that's the double kill for Saberblade. He was crushing it last game, and he's looking to be on track to do that again here. Double kill just 5 minutes in. Rough start for the safe lane of EG.
How did... What?
I don't know how Picasso
there?
ended up there.
I was like, oh, is he buying Ring of Health? But he's in Abaddon, so it's like, why the hell would he be buying that? But
Battlefield. But yeah, I guess he felt stronger under the shield than he was, stepping out into the river like that. He's already lost his Shakira. He was on his own.
You have to respect the physical damage that comes out from Nature's Prophet. Tread's done 80 damage. As I mentioned, Abaddon, look at his armor. Even with the Ring of Protection, he's got 3+2. It's only 5.
Saberblade feeling super strong now in this matchup.
Excellent start for Shopify. As yeah, just better matchups in general across the board this game, and just beautiful lanes. And now, Arteezy, he can be left alone. You can just move the supports around wherever they want to go.
Yeah, he can't die down here.
Nope. So Fly, he can take the mid lane. Sure, it's going to be constant denies that come out from Chris, but he's got to get levels, and Mikey's just jungling, so good efficiency coming out from them. Yeah, wonderful start. Pretty worried for the side of EG this game. Because should be fine.
This time able to get around the treants in time.
He's got to be careful how far he does step up, though, constantly. I mean, yes, Lift is on cooldown, but...
He's just desperately trying to get near the creep wave, but...
He's going for a crit, but because... Oh!
He's actually just dead. Matthew has turned up.
But crit, he's got a fairy fire.
And he's going to be able to get Panda dragged in underneath the tower. Sure, crit goes down, but they get the two of them. They might even get Matthew as well.
Do they have the physical?
Let's have a look. He's able to get out of the sprout. Should be fine. All right, they didn't have quite enough lockdown. But more kills that are kind of getting handed towards Saberblade. He's on a killing spree. And yeah, because he's got to be more careful. I mean, we saw last game, he did not die at all until those last moments. Those last losing moments had a very clean start. This game on the Abaddon, he's struggling in this lane.
And you do not want your Abaddon to get slowed down when he's playing versus the Lifestealer core. The Lifestealer would just eat you alive with his early itemization. Big concerns. They're trying to contest and block the stacks. We see Matthew really trying to go toward these Ancients, but just gets pushed away. He's going to try again. He'll block the hard camp at the least, but he might pay with his life.
Yeah, the two supports, Crit and Fly. I mean, they probably would have... Oh, not quite enough.
He's actually living.
All right. Matthew gets out.
Okay. And they see the Quap rotating over, so they'll give respect to that. Shopify.
Right. Well, Matthew able to get his job done there. So, make sure that the large camp doesn't spawn and survives.
Who lives with, what, 10 HP or something? That was very close. Whisper has hit 6. He's farming pretty damn well. Even though Lifestealer is free farming, he's actually having a better game than last time in the start here. Starting to get some tower damage here. DD on Chris. only going for the 2 points in Shadow Strike this game, prioritizing being able to make early rotations, keep his farm up. And he is that top net worth. As the panel said, it's all important for this Queen of Pain to pretty much have a flawless game, or the game is going to get weird. And, oh, looking at his itemization, is this the potential for something like an Orchid or something? This could be some different items coming out for Chris this game.
That's not a bad Orchid game against a Lifestealer. Oh, drop the Sonic Wave in the mid, take down Flight.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
So, but like, yeah, I was thinking about TPing over into that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really curious because I don't believe Witchblade is gonna be a very valuable item on the co-op this game. So I think if he does go for Orchid, it gives you kill threat perhaps on Lifestealer to get that silence and stuff. I mean, we'll see if he does commit for it, but it perhaps is looking like that.
Silence, yeah, it's good against Lifestealer, good against Saberlight if he's only got the spell to rely on to try and TP out. Put a stop to that.
Yep. And because I mean, even though he did die twice, actually, he is ahead of Nature's Prophet. Okay, alrighty.
Yeah, his farm is absolutely alright.
He'll have his Midas at a decent time.
Matthew. Once again, being very annoying here for Shopify. Blocking the Ancients.
Literally the same thing he did last game. He's under-leveled, but you can see the merit of why. Whisper.
It feels good to be this good.
He's speedy.
Let's see what Chris can do with this lead. Top farm at the moment as the Queen of Pain, but very much did start to fall off in game one.
Drag back, Chris. Should be fine. They're doing a lot of damage here onto this mid tower. He's gonna pause.
We got our set headphones, apparently, is the call.
Okay, everyone takes a sip of their drink.
Let's see, so 6-3 at the moment. EG with a slight gold advantage here of 1k.
Not too shabby after a couple of those deaths, of course. And they will have, at least with the Abaddon, even though versus the Lifestealer could be a little bit of that awkward matchup until he does get like his Manta to get the silence and whatnot to be able to deal with him, he will be able to protect his allies, of course, versus that Batrider.
Well, Whisper wants to go.
Glibs.
He's going to go straight in for Fly. Fly gets knocked up onto the cliff. They'll catch him with the Ice Path. Panda trying to finish off this Disruptor, but
Chris?
maybe taking a bit too much effort here. Fly's going to be able to TP out. They'll lose Matthew. And Chris, he's got to run. Mikey gets the double, taking out both supports. As, they wanted to go in around Whisper, but yeah, Fly kind of to his own benefit, getting knocked up on the cliff. They couldn't quite quickly kill this Disruptor off.
I mean, I feel like they're kind of lucky that Chris gets out there. One more hit and he's probably just dead.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Space
Arteezy.
for Kaz, but also space for Arteezy.
Yeah, he's getting full free farm down it, and we'll see Panda TP in, but Mikey was ready and waiting for him. So they'll be able to set up for, see if Arteezy can get the kill and get out, because a lot of TP's coming in. He can. He's going to jump into Mikey with the Infest.
Nicely done.
They do have Lasso.
They do. And we did see the co-op actually, he committed for Witchblade instead of going for that silence.
All right, okay. Let's see what he can get done with this, Chris.
Yeah, of course gives him some armor and stuff like that to protect versus the physical, but, we don't see Orchid anymore, really, on the co-op. I was just wondering, because of his Lifestealer, it used to have these type of merits, so...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
See if it pays off for him. And yeah, both of these carries doing the same thing. The Midas, it's gone off the table for Pakaz. He's going to be going for that Radiance. It's going to come quite a bit later, though, than Arteezy right now, with how good of the start that Artur has been given.
Yeah, and I guess, we've just sort of start Arteezy's had this time around. This is one of those situations where you do feel good with getting the Naked Radiance because of how quickly you get it, right?
Yeah. Mikey? He's getting caught.
Yeah, Whisper. It's also going to be able to get in on top of Crit and lines them up nicely for the two-man Sonic Wave of Chris.
Smooth gank. Playing around their vision there. Bit of an unexpected ward, perhaps. It's on like the low ground. It's about to expire also, so yeah, they catch him off guard there. All right, making some good early moves here. 9-5. Last game was incredibly close throughout pretty much all stages until that end. This one, it's looking to be pretty similar. Fly, setting up for top. They cancel the charge, and Mikey, he's got the boot to travel. Can he catch Whisper?
It's pretty speedy with the pick pole. The Sprout will block off his escape. Whisper tries to stand his ground with the Pulverize, but the Firefly's already out. The Lasso's up and ready. They're going to be able to grab the co-op into the Pulverize. The stolen one there from Crit. They'll be able to pick up both cores. Whisper and Chris end up getting taken down.
These deaths hurt a lot. As we've said, co-op, it's still, honestly, it's the same hero as it's always been, right? You have to kind of snowball. Any of these deaths, they really, really add up quickly, so that's a pretty painful one. He TPs and dies almost instantly to the rotation that comes in. And Crit, he has, in my opinion, one of the best spells that he can steal this game besides the Jakiro ones. Pulverize is fantastic. And it's continued stacks. I feel like we haven't seen EG really stack almost at all, and I feel like Shopify, we've seen like 10 stacks already from them. Yeah, it's going to be the 10th stack right there coming out, so even more than that. Really prioritizing getting that farm going.
Seeing this timing as well, Arteezy.
He's got it done.
That's going to be a very good time on the Radiance. They try to go on him, but he's just going to look towards Matthew. Matthew's got him with a hook shot, but Arteezy's able to turn and take him out.
And I believe they have the Ags now.
They've got the telekinesis into Pulverize. It's enough lockdown to burst through Chris, as that's going to be 2 more here for Shopify Bell. And EG, they're struggling to fight them right now.
And they have another glimpse. They're going to get Panda. Uh-oh, EG falling apart. These deaths compound so quickly. Yep. The co-op just now 2 times shows up, dies. All his momentum is pretty much gone. Arteezy's even chasing Pakaz. All right, he'll have to back it up. Crit. They can't even punish this play. Shopify cruising through this game now.
Yeah, very scary to fight around this lifesteal at this stage with the quick Radiance timing that Arteezy was able to get.
And Chris, he has to be way more careful how he's playing. It's not easy at this point either because the Nature's Prophet has Aghanims. They have the global root. Crit, of course, was still stolen Pulverize. They have way more answers for the co-op this time than they did last time even. Pakaz shows his face bottom and he is getting surrounded.
He's looking pretty dead. TPs are coming in, and he has got that borrowed time, but it will come to an end. See if EG can do anything to help him in time. The Static Storm's laid down by Fly. Very little that EG can do to help out as Pakaz goes down. They'll jump towards Arteezy. They have got the Pulverize. He's getting low, and with the Sonic Wave, they'll burst him.
Mikey.
Big kill there for EG. And now Matthew hookshotting in. They want to try and look for more. Closes the gap onto Sableye, but Sableye able to push himself out of the cogs with the Sprout. Matthew goes down. A double kill for Fly.
Or Chris, he blinked in. Oh, Chris.
See if he can get out. He can. Chris blinks back up, but the glimpse is there. And that Fly's got a triple. I mean, see if we can get anything more. Now it's going to be time for them to bail out. Sableye TP's away. Fly, he should be dead here. I don't think there's much you can do against Panda and Whisper. So EG getting a decent bit of a cleanup.
But Pakaz just continues to have an incredibly rough game. He still doesn't even have his Radiance. Some good kills to come back there, but Queen of Pain dies again. Abaddon dies again. I feel like Shopify is still very happy, even though they do lose a couple heroes here. And Fly definitely very happy. Triple kill.
No, absolutely. That glimpse as well. He must have just sort of caught him on the edge of the range there, because I reckon Chris felt he was safe under his own tower, but he wasn't.
I thought he lost vision too, right? Like the angle that it was.
Yeah, what was sort of giving the vision up there?
I guess it was just like a creep or something that gave it at the end there. Didn't quite get to see.
Let's have a look. I mean, at this point, nice moves for Sableye as well to buy time getting away from Matthew. And they're back in action.
Because
he's got borrowed time back up. TPs are coming in. He should be fine here. I mean, Arteezy's still thinking about going for this. They get the glimpse back, in fact. As Arteezy, who infested the creep, jumps back out. He's going to get caught by the Pulverize, though. Arteezy slipping up. I mean, he gets Pakaz, I think, with the Radiant Spur.
I think so.
As he was dying to the Pulverize. So, a trade successful.
It was pretty close to him living. Crit actually had the stolen shield. He just couldn't get just in range of it. He has Aetherland, so it was actually very, very close for him to even save perhaps Arteezy. But still, they're slowing down Pakaz. He's getting no item development.
How close is he to the Radiant?
He's still like 500 gold away. And now made Chris again.
No, not again.
Oh my goodness. I mean, this is a disaster. It still is a total disaster, really, for the side of EG. Shopify time and time again getting these
Chris was having such a good start. He was top net worth, but Yeah, pretty much with these 4 back-to-back deaths, they've hurt.
Oh, and Pakaz
Back
just
to
gets
base
glimpsed
for
to
you.
base.
Yeah, these two cores, they're struggling.
They
Been
sure
a tough
are.
game for Pakaz and Chris.
I mean, Whisper's going to have to do some insane work in this mid-game here with his BKB
he's
early
the top
timing.
net worth of the 3 of them right now. You know, we've seen Whisper pop off on Primal Beast before, but he's going to have to do it to a level that he's not reached in previous games. I mean, it's a heavy game for Whisper to carry from the off lane.
Catch after catch after catch. Having this type of a lead lets it be pretty easy for Fly to get these type of glimpse plays. They're always the ones on the aggressive move, and now Roche, it's on the menu. Crit, he's just hanging on to a Photic Shield. I mean, there's so many good spells this game for the Rubik.
He's having a brilliant time. I mean, yeah, both supports, honestly, Shopify, as you say, Flying Crit. Making the moves this game. Radiant's finally done, but it feels like many moons ago that we were seeing RTZ pick up his.
Still gonna be a steal, Matthew. He's got the rocket, he scouts, he's smoking, but there's a ward. They know the angle he's coming from. Crit's hunting him.
Matthew. He's gonna make the jump. It's a little too early.
RTZ
Drop the Sonic Wave. They get the flame break from Mikey. They're able to get in, and it is RTZ that still picks up the Aegis. So Shopify Rebellion, they'll get what they came for. EG not quite able to interrupt in time. Matthew, he's got to step back here. Crit actually catches him there with the stolen dual breath. They'll focus towards RTZ, but the rage is back up. Chris jumps in, but RTZ's just going to go straight for him.
Chris
is gone. RTZ tries to TP out with the last seconds of the rage, but the Ice Path will catch him. And at the end of the day, RTZ, he doesn't mind staying around. He's ready to continue the cleanup. Whisper's trying to run. He'll attempt to pig pole away over towards Pakaz. He's into the trees, but again, Crit with the stolen dual breath.
Do they get vision?
Down.
They're gonna get a glimpse.
Looking for Pakaz. Fly's gonna find him. The glimpse is there. He's got borrowed time, but there's not enough time in the world here that Pakaz could borrow. Oh, maybe there is.
Maybe there is. They don't want to dive too hard.
They don't want it.
I mean, they got absolutely everything there.
I mean, yeah, they did. They don't even need to kill Pakaz to feel good about that move there. Shopify Rebellion went pretty much, 4 kills. Again, Chris suffering there, jumps in, and RTZ just runs straight for him.
Chris is just being way too reckless. Matthew.
Let's go for RTZ. Chris, the jump. RTZ is maybe even considering if he's going to help out on this one. Nature's Wrath comes in. But, won't push his luck. They'll lose Crit here.
They're just losing. I mean, they're just losing every single fight
hold
on the
up.
side of EG.
Why did Mikey die to a neutral creep? Mikey. I guess I was just farming some ancients or something. It happens. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes the ancients are just a bit too strong.
I mean, they are pretty scary sometimes. I mean, it looks like it was cleared, though. It looks like he killed it and died to the I don't know, whoopsie.
Well, that happened.
Happens to the best of us. Whisper, we'll get the tower. But yeah, momentum from EG, it's just completely stopped this. I mean, if there ever even was any, Pakaz itemization totally slowed down. And these supports are just massive, as you were mentioning before. Fly, he's got Tranquil Drums on his way to Force Staff. Crit, he's got Forced, lands in almost a shard. Tons of different ways to save, even if he doesn't steal the shield. This is a beautiful showing this time around from Shopify. Last time we said game was very, very close. This one,
It's tough for EG.
it's a tough one.
It's really tough. They're not out of it, but
No.
they're going to have to step at the play here.
Chris has the protection now of BKB, so does have some type of ways to at least save himself, but still he could just die inside like Lasso, so does have to still be careful.
This is gonna sting.
Bottom Panda. 6, 0, and 15 on Saberlight.
It's home amongst your bones.
Well, feeling like you might not want to let this lad get the profit.
No, and it's a first 2 profit as well. Mid, Mikey. The Infest is at the ready. Whisper.
Put the BKB, and he's able to charge away. Whisper will manage to save himself. Up to the side. Chris has jumped in. He'll put the BKB. Sonic Wave going to be dropped onto Fly. He'll get the kill.
It's a stolen Sonic. Crit. Can you find the angle? Chris is able to get away. But having to use a Sonic Wave and a BKB to just kill that Disruptor, again, doesn't feel great. As Shopify start hitting tier 2. Manta already finished up for RTZ. And crit, he's still hanging on to Sonic Wave. Big burst damage. Cool stuff. Saberlight, we see he's going to be going for that Silver Edge, so they will be able to potentially just pop that Abaddon, as we've seen sometimes. If they get the Disruptor ult plus a Silver Edge hit, he's just going to probably go down from that one too, so they're itemizing to deal with this Abaddon, who's already been dealt with the majority of this game already.
Oh, that's easy. Interested in getting in behind the tower here.
Trying to get some vision to go for maybe some type of glimpse play. Really wants to finish off this tier 2. EG bringing the numbers.
Saberlight also causing issues for the bottom tower, pushing him with the treants.
Ooh. Am I seeing that right? I am. An item that we don't get to see too often. I like this item quite a bit. I feel like it always has some cool hidden potential. The Aghanim's Lifestealer. Hope he goes for it. Looks fun. And we're seeing Pakaz, he is adapting a bit here also. You usually just want to be able to go for your like Manta, Blink, Basher, stuff like that. He's feeling the need to go for BKB versus all this crazy disable that really is coming out from Shopify.
Well, I think, and
that Silver Edge thing, yeah.
Silver Edge Static Storm. That's going to make his game very hard to play in the fights. Nature's Wrath catches on to Chris. Will manage to blink away in time. Over to the side, Saberlight's got him pretty deep here. Stands his ground with the BKB. Whisper and Matthew back to the tier 2. The glimpse. It will drag Whisper back.
Arteezy just runs in, forces BKBs, and they can get the glimpse on the follow-up afterwards. Chris, I believe he did end up holding his, the one silver lining perhaps for EG, but they will lose a tier 2. Map control. Map just continuing to shrink for them.
Whoa! Sit burn!
Up to top, they get the outpost now also, and they're going to be able to continue to push perhaps for that top tier 2 also. Smooth execution from Shopify so far, and EG, things are still looking unbelievably difficult for Chris.
I mean, it's just going to be a question of how much EG can do when that BKB is done on Pakaz. That's what they're looking towards next. They're going to have to hope that he can turn up to the fight and have an impact.
Thing is that they're just really getting massively outscaled too, because Saberlight, he is literally a secondary carry on top of that lifesteal, and Mikey...
There ain't no secondary about it. He's the primary carry at this point.
Yeah, very true. And Mikey, as we've seen time and time again also, his Batrider scales. He's got his Witchblade, he's got his Shard queued up, he's always ready to go for these kills, and Chris always has to be very careful. $10K lead. Did Arteezy commit his gold? I think he did.
He did, yeah.
Okay,
go for the Zag.
Ags. Cool, I love it.
So what do you think the reason is for the Ags this game?
I mean, he can just jump into any of these heroes and he has no fear. Oh.
I think it was going to go anywhere, right?
Yeah, but then if he steals it again, it's cooldown. Whatever.
I guess true. But
he's you know what?
In the fights, he's looking at other heroes anyway.
Yeah, but that's a taunt play right there, if I've ever seen one. He's like, I don't even need it.
Oh, Matthew. He's going to try and get it on a crit, but Fly will drop down the Static Storm. Pakaz post the BKB trying to get in on this one. Matthew's going to be the first to fall. They get the lasso off onto Whisper. Quick shield here from Pakaz and pops the BKB. Allows him to take down Arteezy. They can maybe go for more because Mikey may have put the BKB, but he's very low. Mikey has to run. Fly, he'll try for the TP out, but they'll get him.
Finally get something going for them.
Oh, that was a huge fight there from EG. Taking out Arteezy. Let's see what they can do now. They're taking out 3 of them. We'll see what the next move's going to be from EG, but that was the exact fight they needed to have around Pakaz, turning up with his BKB and just able to kill the lifestealer. We'll see it again.
Good sacrificial play from Matthew. They just get the catch on top of him, and they can actually stick onto Arteezy long enough. They throw literally everything onto him to blow him up.
Yeah, Pakaz and Whisper just able to focus him down after the rage. They get the pulverize on him, and he's gone. Nothing that Shopify could do to save him.
And that's the, like you said, the BKB. That's the showing from Pakaz, and ooh, that would have been a huge pick-off if they were able to find him there. Pakaz, he almost has his Manta now too. So okay, slowly but surely, getting back into this game.
A crucial fight there for the recovery of EG.
Chris now has Kaya Sanj also, so versus these disables, even if his BKB's on cooldown, has some status resist. Roche, it was a long respawn. That would have been pretty fortunate for EG if it did instantly respawn after that fight. Gonna constantly be keeping tabs of that one. And let's see, I mean, the Aghanims versus the Lifestealer, I'm not seeing like the exact reason. Like sometimes when you see it, it's like versus a Void, because then you just see the Chrono, you jump inside of him, and he just is disarmed this whole duration. So we'll see if it will pay off. I thought he would just go more for standard itemization, but maybe seeing something that I'm overlooking here.
It is going to be interesting to see if it pays off. And at the same time, if we continue to see the next fight shift in EG's favor, it might feel a bit weird.
Yeah.
Going for this bit of a different build. If it doesn't quite have the impact that you would hope to see from the carry.
It just makes him not able to stand toe-to-toe with the Abaddon as nicely. Like if he had like his AC or something like that, then perhaps he can just hit him, but this one's going to make the playstyle a bit different. Whisper.
Matthew's in on the side. He's going to get in on top of Crit. Crit's able to force away. Fly will glimpse back Matthew, but Chris has already been able to jump in, take down Crit. They get the Sonic Wave across. The Whisper's in with the Pulverize onto Fly. They've taken out the two of them. They'll turn towards Saberlight. Saberlight trying to stand his ground with the BKB, but they'll get him. They'll take him out. Mikey, can he clean up in return? He's here with Arteezy. They've found two so far because he has to borrow time. Matthew will buy back to make sure that Shopify Rebellion aren't really able to continue to chase EG.
They're doing big things here, though.
I mean, they lose, two of them? But they get the three of them, and they take out Saberlight. Saberlight, with as much farm as he has, it's a huge kill. Because he's climbing his way right back up the board. He's second in net worth. Shopify, they're getting shaken up big time.
They really are. He's actually surpassed Arteezy now, and Arteezy, yeah, he's got his Aghanims, but standing toe-to-toe versus Abaddon now is going to be way more difficult. I'm really curious to see if this is going to work.
Does. Let's see if it feels good here, because, yeah, it definitely a bit of a risk to go for this game.
Yep.
Mikey, he's going to try and go for Chris, but the Glimmer's going to be offered up from him, and Chris is able to blink away.
He's inside of him.
All right, there you go.
There's one. The cooldown's nice. That's the one big thing. 20 seconds. Yeah, I'm really curious about this one. I think I've only really seen it built versus Void. Rocket to scout the Roche. Arteezy, his damage isn't really that great versus the Roche with this build. And now Pakaz, after that, I mean, pretty tough start. He's top net worth.
Yeah, this has been a fantastic recovery from him on the Abaddon.
He has a full basher, and he's level 20.
You can see that kind of trailing behind for the majority of this game, but now he has taken over Pakaz. Top net worth right now.
Shopify looking for something here. Pakaz not the target they want. Level 1 Ice Path. There we go. He got a better steal now. Arteezy running in.
He wants to get in on this. I mean, it's a great static storm. But they will be able to step away from this. They turn over towards Arteezy. Arteezy jumps in over towards Pakaz. Pakaz pots the BKB to make sure he can get this borrowed time off. He's going to turn towards Saberlight. Saberlight's been taken out.
They're falling apart.
As they've got to run now, Shopify, with just the three of them against the four of EG.
Chris, he's starting to do it.
I mean, Arteezy's trying to stand his ground here against Chris, but the blink's back up. Chris can get away.
They're going to chase him. He's got Manta. Can he dodge?
See Whisper trying to get the angle across to block off his escape, but ends up getting caught by the lasso. Mikey with the BKB will look now to chase for more. They get the telekinesis onto Panda, as Mikey will be able to make sure that they get a bit of a punch back in their favor this time, Shopify.
And do you see what Mikey's queued up? He's queued up on Moonshard. He's like, move over, Artur.
I mean, he's right here. He's like, well, if my life dealer's buying Aghanims, I'm buying a Moonshard.
I need the right click, not him. All right.
Okay.
Still a big kind of comeback there anyway from EG. These last few fights starting to really matter, starting to slow down. But Shopify,
there's only about 3k gold in it. I mean,
yep.
Shopify Rebellion will be able to bump themselves up a bit here with this Roshan. But definitely having to be careful in these 5v5s. EG posing to be quite the difficulty to deal with. Yeah, Pakaz, not quite the easy kill that he was earlier on. I think, well, I saw those 4 deaths early in the game, but since that, they've very much struggled with Pakaz in the team fights.
Yeah, the BKB pickup, it's done so much for them, really, to get them back into all these fights. And Chris, even though he died, what, 3 times in a row early game, he's playing a lot cleaner this time around on the
He's
co-op.
picking it back up.
Still Shopify in the lead, but definitely been shaken up quite a bit. Arteezy.
A gift from the tempest of battle.
Should be fine down here. They gave the Aegis to the real carry, Mikey, who, by the way, he did commit for the Moonshard.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is going to be so cool.
I mean, you said it, Mikey loves this sort of right-click build on the bat, right?
Yeah.
This is what he does pretty much consistently in his pubs.
In his pubs, he
gets
goes
the wins with this.
He goes Hurricane Pike.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Oh, he
in a lot
actually
of
gets the
games.
Hurricane as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
He goes all out right-click build. And he is getting these levels. I mean, this hero, when he's 20 is a big timing, which he has hit. 25 is a ridiculous timing when you get the double flame break. You just solo kill heroes in lasso with the right clicks and sticky stacks. It'd be cool to see. He is, of course, still like middle of the pack on the net worth. But Picard's massive. Abyssal done. Lasso.
And Mikey's going to get the jump in onto Chris, but Chris is able to hot the BKB and jump out. They weren't able to do enough damage to kill off the quad quick enough. And now Picard's, he's entered the fight, and he's ready to help try and turn things around here. Shopify Rebellion, they'll lose crit. Arteezy, he might not be able to get away from this. He's caught underneath the tower. He's going to get taken down. They'll lose the 2 of them. Saberlight's got to run, but the dust will catch him.
And they get Mikey.
They get the pulverize as well on a Mikey. They're catching them all here, EG.
Oh, they're doing it.
Saberlight, he will be able to TP away, but Mikey left behind. They have the ice path to set up for a second attempt on him, and a very successful attempt it will be. They're losing this lead big time as Shopify. These fights are not going great, and Arteezy just not quite able to have the impact that maybe you would have hoped for with the farm that he has.
I mean, his farm is also just stopped. He also instantly canceled his infest. He jumped inside and then just instantly jumped out, so Chris is able to reset, come back in the fight, and Matthew gets a perfect snag. This build is definitely feeling like it's hurting a little bit, perhaps, for Arteezy. His right clicks are just, they're insignificant.
They're not there, yeah. He can't get the kills quick enough when the team offers up the lockdown. They're
and Saberlight,
losing this lead.
He's been found. He's dead.
I think EG are going to be feeling very, very happy right now at this point. Godlike on Chris. That lead that Shopify Rebellion had against them is pretty much completely gone. As EG, they're absolutely the ones in control of this game right now. Picard's is massive, and they just don't have the hero to stand toe-to-toe with this Abaddon.
Yeah, even though you can see that Shopify were getting some type of triple scaling, they completely stopped after they went for this build. And just look at the graph. It tells the tale of the whole entire game here.
Look at that.
Picard's is almost 25 also. That's a Rex.
It certainly is.
And
It certainly is.
Arteezy, yeah, he now has BKB, but like we said, he tickles. He doesn't have damage now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Glimpse.
Chris will just BKB walk it off. EG in a very comfortable spot right now. I mean, they know that Shopify, they struggle to take the fights whilst they're ahead. Now Shopify's behind. These fights are only going to get easier for EG. Because he's reaching level 25, he's close to getting his next item, the Silver Edge done that he's got queued up.
Bottom tower is under attack.
What is the answer now, like you said, when they are behind? How do they get these catches? They're going to smoke. Feels like they have to start getting some momentum going their way. Arteezy, as we said, has BKB, so a bit safer, but his damage is still quite weak now versus these 2 tanky cores.
It's kind of on Saberlight to do the right clicking. He will be trying to get the AC on for the team, Saberlight, but still a bit of a way away from it.
Yeah, and Mikey, I mean, he's getting closer and closer to Moonshard, but it feels like he's just trying to make up for the lack of Arteezy's damage. EG being careful in the base, almost like you said. They hit 25 now on Abaddon, almost 25 on Chris. He's got a DD in the bottle for the next fight, too. Can't burst this Abaddon. Can't fight him toe-to-toe. What do you do? Hey, Picard, he just walks up.
He just walks up.
He's like, hello.
Forces out the rage from Arteezy.
Chris. Jump in versus some illusions. Rook comes out, Arteezy's in, but getting bashed.
He's going to have to be careful as this rage comes to an end. He'll back off. Matthew, he's in with a hook shot. The BKBs now come out from Arteezy and Mikey. As Arteezy looks to stand his ground against Chris, but Picard and Chris, they just turn straight towards Saberlight. The stunning wave's there as well for Chris, pushing back the two of them. The bash is onto Arteezy. A pistol blade gets dropped down as well from Picard. Rage is back up from Arteezy. Both supports immediately coming in with a buyback. They want to commit for this fight as they'll lose crit. Saberlight, he's trying to turn towards Picard, but the BKB's up from Picard. Pots the Manta as well. Jump forward for Chris on top of Mikey. Mikey's gone. And Arteezy, he'll infest aggressively into the clockwork, which will get him the kill. But Chris, he's just cleaning it up.
He's killing everybody.
And they're ready to go for more here. It's just Arteezy and Fly left. The Rage is back there. Arteezy will try and run, but Fly will fall. He'll go for the TP out. They know it is, and they got anything to cancel it. They don't, so Arteezy will escape. But the rest of them, 4 dead. I mean, it's effectively 5 with Fly dying twice in that fight. It's just once again where EG there coming off massively on top in these team fights.
They're just surviving way too long, these heroes on the side of EG. Chris gets, what, 8 Scream of Pains off, 10 blinks. He's just jumping in and out of the fights constantly. The Baden lives the entire duration of it, too.
Lots of money on Picard. I mean, he's got
big.
his options open, really. Do you think he will go for the Silver Edge, or is there maybe even other big items that he's considering?
Oh, do they have an AC? I mean, maybe he can just go something like a Nullifier if he wants to. He's got a lot of options, like you said.
I don't know about... Imagine Arteezy's going to change this up. He's... Oh, yeah, there we go. He
goes
needs
crit.
he had the AC queued up, but there was
damage.
already an AC on Saberlight. He's just got to get some damage. And the small crit is going to be purchased. He's going to try and work up to the Daedalus.
Okay.
Try and... Yeah, just so he could have a bit of a punch.
But they still don't have... They don't have this BKB piercing kind of like bash or anything like that also, and they're just really tanky. Honestly, the Queen of Pain, super tanky. Whisper, super tanky. Same thing for the Abaddon. And they have multiple different Lincolns, so now they're blocking each other, protecting each other versus Lasso, the Infest as well, too. I was trying to think maybe that's why he went Ags, to just break Lincolns for Batrider and stuff. I'm not too sure.
Oh, there
These
we
things
go.
quickly falling apart.
Because he's made his decision, he'll get the overwhelming blink out. He's got it complete.
Cool.
Able to buy it straight up.
Tough to expect which one he was going to go down with this route.
I will say that, I mean, well, he should, I mean, he's unlikely to die, but does, of course, put him in a position again where the buyback money will not be there.
Okay.
But, yeah, this game on this level 26 Abaddon, I don't think he has to worry about dying.
No. He's got, I mean, they have double Lincolns to throw on him as well, too. And yeah, they're looking for the smoke. After such a good start from Shopify, last like 6 fights, 7 fights have just been disastrous.
They really have. EG's just winning every single fight right now.
Fly also just getting run down. Chris, honestly, but what a recovery.
Yeah.
I think he was 3 and 5, right? If I'm not mistaken, and now he's 15 and 5.
No, it's been a sort of the last kind of 15 minutes from EG have been fantastic.
That's easy. Trying to go toe-to-toe with Picaz, but this is a dangerous position for him to put himself in.
You're going to be getting silenced, you're going to be getting bashed. You've got to get into the trees and hope for a TP, and luckily for him, Picaz will head the wrong way. So, Arteezy able to get out.
He just, I mean, he tickles. Even with the crit, he just really does tickle.
Is under attack.
Honestly, EG's getting close to just being able to go to the high ground.
Absolutely.
And, I don't think that they care too much, really, what Shopify's going to do in terms of a defense. They'll head back wanting to deal with the state of the lanes. They don't want to let Saberlight get away with any sort of rat plays.
But who do they prioritize now also in the fights? You can't kill the Abaddon. Maybe you just have to full commit for Chris at this point because he is a total nuisance in every single one of these fights. But he's tanky. If you ignore him also, he is just going to rip everyone to shreds with his Bloodthorn. He also has 4,400 gold, so he has buyback even if you do commit for him. It's just not easy at this point for Shopify for who they want to pick and choose. And yeah, EG, they're bringing it right to them. Crit,
Fire.
they found.
Straight away in for the easy kills.
And that's the gem.
Has been killed.
Mikey has, of course, deviated the build. After having his Hyperstone, he wants to go for this Refresher, but as you said, multiple Lincolns, shield to protect. Shopify needs some time for some more items because they really just lack so much in damage at this point.
I mean, Arteezy very close to having the full Daedalus.
Okay. But Whisper has a full Hex now, and as we said before, 5,000 gold on Chris. They're hitting some pretty much peak timings, like full itemization now. Pakaz also has boots to travel. Pretty much, actually has bots too.
Ooh, Matthew.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Very
attack.
close to catching Critinod's easy there.
Can they punish top Mikey?
He wants to.
Look for Whisper. No, the boots of travel too. Freshly picked up from Pakaz. He's joining. Roche, it's going to be back up and it's going to be instantly scouted. The rocket's there. EG can just walk right into that. And it's an Aghanims.
I mean, can you do anything about this?
Doesn't really feel like it right now. Do you want the Ags co-op on? Yeah, I know you're a big fan of that one.
I mean, Chris might want it, but I imagine Pakaz will take it, right?
Yeah, just give it to Pakaz. Is Whisper's break very useful this time? I just give it to Pakaz.
Give it to the Abaddon.
Yep.
There we go.
Now, you lacked damage before. Now, when he's borrowed time, he's just going to be healing everybody up on top of it, too.
No, absolutely.
Who got the
was,
cheese? He also got the cheese, okay.
Yeah, Cheese and Ags on Abaddon. Aegis on Chris. Smile on the Quap. They're going to be ready to push high ground, and we'll see if Shopify Rebellion is going to be able to deal with holding together some sort of high ground defense against this very strong and sort of self-sustaining push of EG.
How do they kill these targets? Chris got a trick. He has had a Trickster Cloak now for about 6 minutes or so very tough to focus. And with this Abaddon having Aghanims, like he's just gonna heal everyone during borrowed time.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, they just haven't killed Pakaz in ages, and they haven't killed Chris in ages.
No. Not since like the 15 to 20 minute mark. It's been like 25 minutes or so that it feels like EG just have been running the show.
Yeah, there you go. Chris on a 12 kill streak.
Yeah, wow, that is. Yeah, he literally was 3 and 5.
Yep.
I'm just so impressed with his recovery this game.
Now, this is why they want to get in the Quap early.
Dire's
Yeah,
bottom tower
definitely.
is under attack.
Mikey has Refresher, and he does, I believe, he's about to hit 25 as well, so he's about to hit a pretty peak timing as well, but as we said, there's shields, there's Lincolns, he has to be able to prioritize and pick these targets perfectly in order for him to have that kill threat. Whisper now also has a secondary form of piercing magic immunity as well, so versus that lifesteal, he can just grab him. EG getting stronger and stronger. Saberlight. All right, looks like Shopify, they're going to try to set something up, but this doesn't look easy.
They're going to try it.
See, they do it perfectly.
And they might even get more here. They'll look towards Whisper. They'll get him here. Crit with the Stolen Pulverize. Whisper's going to get taken down. Chris jumps in with the Sonic Wave, bursts through Saberlight. See if Chris can clean up anything more, but with the other two cores on EG down, this is a bit of a tougher fight.
They're chasing him. Can they catch him?
See the hook shot from Matthew. It will catch onto Saberlight, but he gives space for Chris to get into the trees and TP out. But Matthew left behind. And indeed, there we have it, as you say. So the clean execution, the combination of having some sort of disable, a silence, and a break, that will kill the Abaddon.
They catch him off guard. Perfectly done, though. A literal perfect execution coming out from Shopify, exactly what they needed. Mikey,
And
he's going for another.
Ooh. See if he can get on top of Chris again. Chris has blinked away, but Mikey is closing in on him.
Can't quite get him. I mean, you see the 25 on the bat. It's no joke how much damage he really can kick out in just a couple seconds there. And no buybacks. They might just get a wreck.
And it's a no buyback situation.
They don't have a lone druid, though, this time, so they can't just, like, throw it or anything like that.
They do still have, what, like an AC, though?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Saberlight at the moment, he's working on the tier 2 bottom, so he won't be with them for the rack push top.
But, I mean, they're going to at least get one set.
3 heroes, no buyback.
They're going to try to get as much as they can out of this.
Keep going, I think, here for Shopify Rebellion.
15 seconds.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
This game is crazy. RTZ now hitting 25. Same thing for the Nature's Prophet. Trying to push him off of this Rax,
Radiant's courier.
and they will.
We'll stop the push for now, but losing 1.5 barracks here.
EG, they have to give some respect. The Bat 25, gotta be careful. He's made magic happen before in the earlier series that he's played. And Refresher, it's back up in 8 seconds. imagine EG does not split up like they did there this time. Pakaz has to be playing near his team a bit better there. Has to be very ready for that break plus disruptor ulti also. Mikey using that ninja gear so that he can try to get the setup. A window perhaps found for Shopify. Pakaz and Chris leading the charge.
See where they want to head next. Getting flight, but
Saberlight's going to be annoying now that he's 25, though. He can just keep split pushing. Instant TP, set up and farm constantly to finish up his Hex. Keep cutting these waves. Might have to be careful here, though. He shows in Matthew he's on his way. He's got the gem as well. Can he find him? Teasy's courier.
Let's see how safe Saberlight plays.
Whoops.
Courier has been killed.
Just so you know, that was the rapier for Arteezy. I mean, it was just the Demon Edge, but he has the relic on him, so he is going for just the...
Oh, hell yeah.
So this is what the Aghanims was for. It's for the late game, to jump inside and two-shot people with dataless crits and everything.
All right. As you say, there's got to wait 3 minutes until he can get his hands on the Demon Edge. But, well, with the way that the game's going, definitely reason to believe Shopify Rebellion will... They would sort of stall it out for 3 more minutes.
Oh my god, if they can bring this one back.
This was the plan all along, as you say. This was the plan. Arteezy with the big brain late game approach. He didn't want to end the game early. He wanted to enjoy his Dota2 today.
That's possible.
And get as many minutes out of it as he can. So go for this. Ags, Daedalus, Rapier.
It's cool stuff. And EG, I mean, like you said, definitely have to watch out about buyback scenarios and stuff like that, as we saw it bite them last time. So we are seeing kind of all of them hold on to quite a bit of gold here. 7,000 on the Quap, 7,000 on the Abaddon, about 3,000 on Whisper. So yeah, significant buybacks at the ready. Mikey constantly on the prowl though with this refresher.
Oh, Saberlight.
Right, this is a risky play.
Oh.
Oh, my lord. They're like, there's a base ward somewhere around here. Will he get it? Oh, he doesn't even kill the base ward. It despawns.
Was, of course, the shard there of Chris. He was able to take out for now, Saberlight.
Just being annoying. Crit. So I feel like Crit's job right now is just break Lincoln so Mikey can double lasso people.
There we go. I mean, you see the damage. Was it quite enough? Whisper's able to heal up, put the BKB in the cheese. He's going to be fine.
Arteezy.
He's pretty deep. He'll have to put the BKB to step out of the side. Chris commits it with a Sonic Wave. He's taken Saberlight out. Saberlight down for 2 minutes.
And Arteezy's being chased.
He's going to try and escape over towards the creep wave, but he's caught in the ice buff. They try and force it a bit too much there in the mid there, Shopify Rebellion.
Picasso's in range. He gets the shield and heal to let Whisper pop that cheese.
Not having the sort of means to keep him locked down against that sort of save.
Nope.
And now 100 seconds without Saberlight.
They're going to try to force a buyback.
Now, how's the courier def looking for Arteezy?
45 seconds.
45 seconds till he's got to wait until he can get that rapier.
They're going in,
They're going in deep. They're going to be on the tier 4s. They're going to be able to take down Mikey.
He's got a buyback. Arteezy's probably forced to as well.
That's still the pain, as you say, because there's 30 seconds, no rapier. They get the last order. Chris, they're going to be able to drag him up towards the fountain. But Chris...
He's alive.
He's able to blink away in time. Crit with a stolen blink. Jumps forward aggressively over towards Chris. You see Picard, he's starting to try and end the game. He's already taken down one of the tier 4s. They will back off now with a fortification.
25 seconds to Arteezy's courier with the rapier.
He needs that delivery to hurry up. As EG, they're pushing in.
They want to go for tier 4s. They want to close this one.
They want to end it. Picard's going to jump in aggressively on the fly. Let's fly out for 80. No buyback for him. 3 versus for 5. Where's that rapier?
3 seconds.
3 seconds. Is he even going to get it in time? They're hitting the ancient. They're looking to close it up. He gets the rapier, but this game, it's over. It's too late indeed. That courier snipe earlier from EG meant that whole window, the whole plan of...